Hello, I'm here with the three Ambers from the upcoming film Amber Lake. Why don't you start by telling us your name and who you played in the film?
My name is McKenna Melvin, and I play Amber Hanold.
My name is Natalie Smyka, and I played Amber Allen.
I'm Polly Cole, Amber Thomas.
So let's start out with how did all this thing come about? How did Amber Lake first get started?
It was all me, actually.
Naturally.
Polly, you take the lead on this one.
Well, the three of
You
us
organized it.
the three of us took a class together, and after the class was over, we did the actor thing where we said, "Let's do something together." So
Is it kind of like starting your own law firm as a lawyer? Like, you don't actually want to get a job, it's like we should maybe just go out and
Just like
do it
that.
ourselves.
Well, we started off too not knowing what we wanted to do, and at first we're like, let's make a web series. That seems possible. And then we're like, maybe we should make a short film. And then actually our director Joe came on board, and he was like, if you guys really want to do it, we should just do it. So we decided, yeah, let's make a feature, and then
Now-
everything kind of happened.
The two of you, McKenna and Polly, are actually both cousins.
We are.
Yeah.
We look like twins.
Was there a time when you felt a bit left out, like not part of the family
Yeah, I was
group?
always sitting like this.
I know, right? Middle sister a little bit.
Yeah.
Now, getting on to the actual film, what was pre-production like? Because it's quite a heavy process, and how was it like getting into character?
and we decided that we wanted to do something together. We brought it to Joe, and who's a writer-director, and said, we want to do something, we're not sure what, and he said, all right, well, let's come up with a genre, and we picked a genre out of a hat. We each had one that we decided we wanted to do. We put them all in a hat. We picked one out, things like that, and kind of developed a story from there. And once we had that we wanted to do a thriller and things like that, we decided that we each wanted to have a character flaw, if you will. So we picked personality disorders, and then did research on those disorders. And
Individually. And so none of us knew what the other one was choosing at all. And then
Yeah.
we told Joe, and then we would have these big rehearsals, and none of us would really know. So we went and like created this person, then showed up.
We showed up as to start improvising the movie,
Yeah.
and had no idea what the other sister was going to be like. There were certain basic points that we had agreed upon. Like we knew we all had the same name. We knew like the plot points of the film,
Yeah.
and
And
yeah.
we even met with a real
therapists.
therapist in
Yeah.
character.
Getting away from that a little bit and getting back into, like you said, the thriller genre. What are your favorite thriller movies?
I like older kind of noir movies like The Big Sleep and The Thin Man, anything Raymond Chandler or Dashiell Hammett.
It terrified me.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember it? And I
Oh.
have
Yeah.
a clown collection that
Terrifying.
my mom started for me.
You
So
have
I
a clown.
wa-
Wait, hang on a second. You have a clown collection? You guys
Porcelain
brush
clown
over that
collection.
answer. I actually have a clown collection.
150 porcelain clowns to be exact that are at my parents' house. And I watched that movie and then I came home and was like,
That is a
all
lot of
together again.
clowns. Let's get rid of all these clowns. Let's just get rid of this entire room full of clowns. Have you ever like showed people your clown collection? Because that might be a bit
yeah, and
of
that's
a,
why
bit
I
of a
was
deal
so
breaker, right?
popular in high school.
Yeah, right. You guys want to come around and see my clown collection?
Oh, yeah.
Interesting. If you guys weren't actors / actresses, what would you be?
I mean, I
Obviously,
don't,
clown collector. Over here,
does it have to be
but-
another realistic?
No, by all means, go wild.
Because maybe just because I'm super, no, I don't want to say delusional, but I wish I could have been, if I could have been anything else in life, I wish I could have been a ballerina. Because
There
it's
we go.
so beautiful, and they work so hard, and it's just like the perfect combination between their hard work and this emotion all the time.
Yeah.
And I love watching them. Yeah,
Polly,
so-
how about you?
Various times I've wanted to be in the NFL.
Three very
Also
realistic
realistic,
ambitions.
yes,
here,
free
yeah.
What are you
ballerina,
saying? She
football
could
player.
totally be a kicker.
Yeah, right? Long snapper, throw the ball.
I wanted to be an archaeologist, writer, photojournalist.
You're like Amber Allen.
I know, right?
You should have played Amber Allen.
Andy Warhol.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you actually want to be an archaeologist, or did you want to be Indiana Jones?
No, I
Guys,
actually
or
wanted
Indiana
to
Jones.
be an archaeologist. I think ancient civilizations are fascinating. So
Interesting.
kind of geeky, but
That might be almost too deep an answer for this interview, I think.
Yeah.
I like civilization. Wait, what? Let's go back to clowns, yeah. Not gonna ride that clown thing all day long. But you're actually black belt, am I right?
I am a black belt. Yes.
Do you ever get to use the black beltness for anything other than home defense?
Home defense, yes. When I'm scared, I do sleep with my sign under my pillow.
There we go.
That's not a lie.
That's
No,
good.
I mean, not as much as I like to, but I was able to use it one time on the show that I work on regularly, which is Chuck. And I got to like kick Adam Baldwin's butt, which was really fun.
That's quite cool.
And I'd really like them to let me do that more often.
Yeah, right.
Not specifically him, anyone's butt. But yeah, I mean, a little bit. I'd love to do an action film one day, just because I think it'd be so much fun.
Absolutely. Would you, if you weren't acting, would you be out there black belting?
You
Is that a
know,
profession? Can one be a black belter?
Well, I don't think so.
That's a shame.
But you can definitely like own your own dojo and like teach. But I think my like secret unrealistic dream, since we're talking about it, is to be a rock star, because I always want to be like, "Hello, London," and have people just scream at me. But that's not gonna happen. I probably would be a teacher. I come from a long line of teachers.
Okay, yeah.
My mom, my dad, my sister, all down the hook. So
Now, you actually directed, well, you are married to the director
I am.
/ writer of the
Yeah.
film. What was it like kind of working with him?
it's great working with Joe, and it's terrible working with Joe for the same reason, because he knows what buttons to push.
Yeah.
And so it's
Good man.
yeah.
Pushing buttons. Yeah.
So he knows how to help me access things very easily. But like I said, he knows how to make me access things very easily.
Yeah.
So in one sense, it's great because the emotion can come up very easily, but then I'll be all out of sorts and can blame him.
Yeah, right.
So it must
Because
be-
you actually have a bit of
must
a
be hard for
breakout
him.
moment in the film where you kind of like, well, as you all do, have this moment where you get very raw and very emotional.
Yeah.
Did you channel
I
your
didn't.
husband?
I
a bit
didn't
there?
use him.
Did you put the dishes away?
You never help me with the dishes.
That'll get you there.
Yeah.
Now, there was a big secret on set, right? That got
Huge.
Yes.
revealed
and I guessed it.
Yes.
at the end,
She
right?
told me the
I
night
told you.
before they announced it. She goes, I think Molly's pregnant.
You want to announce it?
Okay. So that announcement.
What is the secret?
Well, I actually told these two the first day that we got there, because we got there and it was the three of us and Trevor, our line producer, and Joe were the first ones to arrive in Michigan where we shot, and I stayed in bed for an extra hour while they had to run
Diva.
around and do things.
That is too soft.
Because I had morning sickness still. I was about 3 months pregnant at the
Interesting.
time.
And that was the big secret.
Yeah.
I totally knew, because we would have these like not interviews, we'd have these
Rehearsals.
And Polly was like eating dried fruit, like wouldn't stop, and I was like, she's really into dried fruit. And I was like, I think something's going on. And then I body slammed her accidentally.
Yeah,
while
I
she
was just gonna
pregnant.
say that was the only time that I actually,
In
like, in the
character
middle of a
accident.
scene, was distracted by real life when we kind of took Polly, body slammed her on the ground. I'm sorry, there's a baby in there.
But none of the other crew knew, because I didn't want anybody to make accommodations that they wouldn't otherwise.
For you.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So you're a secret diva, just point this out.
Yeah.
She's not a diva.
Just get more dry fruit. Just hordes of
Well,
dry
in our
fruit coming
rehearsal
in.
process, I didn't tell them at all, but I
No.
was sick as a dog, and so I had to like come in there all pale and pretend everything was okay. So
How long were you shooting for?
10 days.
10 days.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Shot the whole thing in 10 days?
It really feels like so much longer though. 'Cause I mean, we were working like dogs. We didn't have a lot of money, so we were all doing a million different jobs and.
That's phenomenal.
We used
Yeah.
to call while we were. Can I tell this story? When we were
What is this
when we
for?
were doing when we were filming, we came in I think a week early for prep, and we were running around like doing all these random jobs like
Going
set
to
design
Goodwill.
and going to Goodwill and buying all the props. And Joe was definitely the leader of the schedule. And we used to call him. There are a lot of Cuban references because my family's from Cuba, so we
We were
used to
shooting at her lake house, her family's lake house.
we used to call him Fidel because he would be like, I would sleep in the tower room, and I remember sleeping and like hearing that knock, like get up, with a knock, and I'd be like, Fidel is here too. But with
that is the reason we got everything done.
so much done. Yeah.
Amazing. So
Yeah.
you actually, obviously, you've all pulled together so much for the film. You've got, it was Lake House was
Yeah.
was yours, and
Yeah.
you've all had sort of like do other jobs, right? You kind of really pulled together, get it done. That'd
Yeah.
be amazing.
We did set dressing.
Yeah.
We did. And then we had like a lot of, the town that we shot in was
Oh,
so
yeah.
amazing. We had so much beautiful help from the people there. Like we'd walk out and be like our set mommy.
Yeah, we had a set mom who
She
like
just- and
from
all-
the town.
From the town, and she was like, oh yeah, like I'll just cook you guys dinner. And we're like, what do you mean?
Do you have
Yeah.
your number still? I might
Yeah.
be
She's
dinner's
amazing.
cooked.
The people from the pharmacy too,
Oh,
they gave
yeah.
us all of these props for free.
And
They
we were like,
really
hi,
incredible,
we're gonna
yeah.
need like really weird prescription bottles. No questions asked. Here
Yeah.
you go. That's great.
Yeah, it's definitely not LA.
Now, obviously, you were shooting in Michigan,
Yes.
not during the summer. I could imagine it wasn't the warmest of places to shoot. Any issues with cold water?
It was 2 days, right? That we were
Oh,
No, more.
It was more.
See, my memory is like.
We had to go in the water.
3 days in a row.
Oh my
It was so cold. I mean, it's cold in the summer. I grew up on that. Like, it is cold in the summer, and in October, it's freezing.
Super
we were
cold.
running in and out and in
Yeah.
and out and in, and you're just. We had a
Yeah.
little like hot tent kind of, I guess,
Yeah.
where there was like heater and we had like millions of blankets. Poor Polly,
Yeah.
like, and she's pregnant.
Yeah.
And we
Right,
know this
exactly.
at the time, so we're all like,
Yeah.
take our wares, put it on her. Yeah.
Give it to the pregnant
But I have to
lady.
say, my favorite part would be the bourbon at the end of every night.
The
There we
bourbon.
go.
Warm
Yeah, I
bath.
was drinking all that bourbon afterwards.
No
Yeah,
bourbon.
right?
She was
Amazing.
wasted.
That was just
I might have cut that bit out.
No,
Child
but
services.
as a
Cold water
disclaimer,
and
yeah, as a disclaimer, there's no bourbon.
there's
was
no
no
bourbon for
bourbon.
me. And I talked to my doctor beforehand and told her what we were doing, and she
Yeah.
said it was fine.
There we go.
Yeah.
She was never at risk.
Yeah.
Yes.
You'll have a resilient baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Comes out
She
loving cold
is.
water.
Yeah.
She's
Actually,
beautiful and amazing.
yes, that is
Thank you.
true.
Oh,
Maybe.
And I'm gonna say Joe's mom too. Joe's mom and
Oh,
aunt
yeah.
and the designers, the costume designer's mom. They were all there waiting with blankets and towels every time we'd run out and they'd come over.
Wrap us
Everyone
up.
would be like assigned a different amber and they'd like hold us. And they're
So
like,
we all had like our own body.
yeah,
there we go.
yeah. That was awesome.
Amazing.
Actually.
Amazing.
Yeah,
It
that was really great.
freezing.
Any moments when you were that cold and you thought maybe I should have just been
Yeah, we were
We
like,
did
why
talk
didn't-
about
belter or a
that.
we're
ballet
like, why
dancer?
didn't we make a movie about like,
Summertime.
summer in
Yeah.
Hawaii?
And why did we do this on the lake?
Yeah, it was really cold. And then, our DP, Colin, he'd like to change lenses right in the middle of being in the water. I think it was Colin in cahoots with Joe. So you're in the water,
They're like, this is gonna be funny.
freezing, and they're
Yeah.
like, okay, just wait right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they'd change lenses, and they'd be like, no, I think we need the 50.
It's like,
And so you're in there with hypothermia, like in the
No
water.
hypothermia happened.
Yeah.
We're all there.
disclaimer?
Safe.
Disclaimer.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So there you are. You have the hopes, dreams, aspirations, and some of the background to Amber Lake. Girls, thank you so much.
thank you.
Thank you.